The Composers. This year's youth concert includes a group of some of the most renowned composers of all time, and here's a little background on each of them. Gustav Holst was an English composer. He was born in 1874 and died in 1934. He is most well known for The Planets, a composition for orchestra in which each movement musically describes one of the planets in our solar system. We will hear the Mars section at the concert. Holst's music combined a range of influences, including spiritual aspects of Hinduism and English folk tunes, and the compositions of classical composers Edvard Grieg, Richard Wagner, and Holst's friend Ralph Vaughan Williams. In addition to composing, Holst was a teacher, working in London at St. Paul's Girls' School as its music master and as the director of music at Morley College. Karl Orff was born in Munich, Germany in 1895 and died there in 1982. He's most widely known for his work in music education, particularly in exploration of the connections between music and movement and rhythm. He developed a set of percussion instruments that many music teachers use today. Karl grew up in a musical family. His mother began teaching him to play the piano at age 5. He also learned to play the cello and the organ before he turned 12. Without question, Orff's best-known composition is Carmina Burana, a large-scale piece for chorus and orchestra. The work has become even more familiar through its use in advertising and film. The concert program includes O Fortuna from this composition. Igor Stravinsky was born in St. Petersburg, Russia in 1882. He died in 1971. He began taking piano lessons at age 9, but his father, who was a famous opera singer, wanted Igor to become a lawyer. When he went to college, he studied law and music at the same time, taking composition lessons from another famous Russian composer, Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov. His music for the ballet The Firebird made him famous as a composer, and he gave up law. Stravinsky went on to write music for other ballets, including The Rite of Spring, about a pagan ritual in ancient Russia. The opening night audience in Paris, France found the music and choreography so shocking that there was actually a riot in the theater. We will hear a segment from this composition at the concert. Another Russian composer is Petyr Ilich Tchaikovsky. His life extended from 1840 to 1893. His works include symphonies, concertos, opera, ballets, chamber music, and choral music. Tchaikovsky began taking piano lessons at the age of 6 and initially studied law as his profession. At age 23, he turned to the professional study of music, and after 2 years, he was appointed professor of composition at the St. Petersburg Conservatory. His music was very popular around the world, and he was in great demand as a conductor. In 1891, near the end of his life, Tchaikovsky was invited to conduct at the opening of Carnegie Hall in New York. At the concert, we will hear a familiar Russian folk tune that is embedded in his Symphony No. 4. Giuseppe Verdi was born in a small village near Parma in Italy in 1813. His long life ended in 1901. He began studying the organ at the age of 7 and not long after became a paid organist at his family's church. A local merchant provided the funds for him to continue private lessons in composition and piano. While some of his early operas were not successes, he went on to become one of the most famous Italian opera composers of all time, with such famous works including Il Trovatore, Aida, and Rigoletto. His music remains popular today, not only with opera companies, but also through advertising and films. The concert will feature the very familiar Anvil chorus from Il Trovatore. The Santa Cruz Symphony looks forward to seeing you at this year's family concert.